Okay, so we will start with the biomass energy. When a log is burned, we are using biomass energy. Because plants and trees depend on sunlight to grow, biomass energy is a form of stored solar energy. Although wood is the largest source of biomass energy, we also use agricultural waste, sugarcane waste, and other farm byproducts to make energy. There are three ways to use biomass. It can be burned to produce heat electricity. It can be burned to produce heat and electricity, changed to gas like fuel such as methane, or changed to liquid fuels. Liquid fuels are also called biofuels, which include two forms of alcohol, ethanol and methanol. Because biomass can be changed directly into liquid fuel, it could someday supply much of our transportation fuels needs of cars, trucks, buses, airplanes, and trains, with diesel fuel replaced by biodiesel made from vegetable oil. In the United States, this fuel is now being produced from soybean oil. Researchers are also developing algae that produces oil. Researchers are also developing algae that produces oil, which can be converted to biodiesel. And new ways have been found to produce ethanol from grasses, trees, bark, sawdust, paper, and farming waste. Organic municipal solid waste includes paper, food waste, and organic non-fossil fuel derived materials such as textile, natural rubber, and leather that are found in the waste of urban areas. Currently in US, approximately 31% of organic waste is recovered from municipal solid waste via recycling and composting programs. 62% is deposited in landfills and 7% is incinerated. Waste material can be converted into electricity by combustion boilers or steam turbines. Note that like any fuel, biomass creates some pollutants, including carbon dioxide, when burned or converted into energy. In terms of air pollutants, biomass generated less relative to fossil fuels. Biomass is naturally low in sulfur and therefore, when burned, generate low sulfur dioxide emission. However, if burned in the open air, some biomass feedstocks would emit relatively high level of nitrous oxide given the high nitrogen content of plant material, carbon monoxide and particulates. Biogas. Biogas produced from plant material and animal waste, garbage, waste from households, and some type of industrial waste, such as fish processing, dairies, and sewage treatment plant. It is a mixture of gases which includes methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and water vapor. In this mixture, one can produce 85 cubic meter of biogas. Once used, the residue is used as an agricultural fertilizer. Denmark produces a large quantity of biogas from waste and produces 15,000 megawatts of electricity from 15 farmers cooperatives. London has a plant which makes 30 megawatt of electricity a year from 4,20,000 tons of municipal waste, which gives which gives power to 50,000 families. And in Germany, 25% of landfills from garbage produce power from biogas. Japan uses 85% of waste and France use about 50%. Biogas plant has become increasingly popular in India in the rural sector. The biogas plants use cow dung. which is converted into gas, which is used as a fuel. It is also used as running dual fuel engine. The reduction in kitchen smoke by using biogas has reduced lung conditions in thousand homes. The fibrous waste of sugar industry in the world's largest potential source of biomass energy. Ethanol produced from sugarcane molasses is a good automobile fuel and it is now used in a third of the vehicle in Brazil. The National Project of Biogas Development (NPBD), a community or institutional biogas plant program, promotes various biogas projects. By 1996, there were already 2.18 million families in the India that uses biogas. However, China has 20 million of households using biogas. In China, Afghanistan and Persia to draw water from irrigation and grinding grains. Most of the early work of generating electricity from the wind was carried out in Denmark at the end of the last century. Today, Denmark and California have large wind turbines cooperative which sell electricity to the government grid. In Tamil Nadu, there are large wind farms producing 850 megawatt of electricity. At present, India is third largest wind energy producers in the world. Tidal power stations bring about major ecological changes in the sensitive ecosystem to coastal regions and can destroy the habitats and nesting places to water birds and interface with fisheries. A tidal power station at the mouth of a river blocks the flows the uh, blocks the flow of the polluted water into the sea, thereby creating health and pollution hazards in the estuary. Other drawback includes arts. Other drawback includes offshore energy devices posing navigational hazard, residual drift current could affect sawing of some fish, whose larvae would be carried away from spawning grounds. They may also affect the migration pattern of surface swimming fish. Wave powers converts the motion of the wave into electrical or mechanical energy.
Yes, ma'am.
For this, morning. For this, an energy extraction device is used to derive turbo generators. Electricity can be generated at sea and transmitted by cable to land. This energy source has not yet to be fully explored. The largest concentration of potential wave energy on the Earth is located between the latitudes 40 to 60 degrees in both the northern and the southern hemisphere, where the winds blow more strongly. Another developing concept harness energy due to difference in the temperature between the warm upper layer in the ocean and the cold deep sea water. These plants are known as ocean thermal energy conversion
मैम
OTEC. Yes,
मैम पीएचडी की क्लास है बट आप क्या पढ़ा रहे
yes,
हैं?
yes. I'll continue with that. EBS.
ओके मैम।
Huh.
मैम
This
पेज
is a high. Yeah,
मैम पेज नंबर बता दीजिए।
I'm about to end this and then we'll start this. It's page number 46.
ओके मैम।
This is a high-tech installation which may prove to be highly valuable in the future. Next is Shivani, if you get the page number 46, then I'll start with geothermal energy. Open your page, then I'll start. Okay, geothermal energy. It is the energy stored within the earth. Geothermal energies start with hot molten rock called magma deep inside the earth, which surfaces at some part of the earth's crust. The heat rising from the magma warms underground pools waters known as geothermal reservoirs. It is if there is an opening, hot underground water comes to the surface and form hot spring, or it may boil to form geysers. With modern technology, wells are drilled deep below the surface of the earth to tap into geothermal reservoirs. This is called direct use of geothermal energy and is provided at a steady stream of hot water that is pumped into the earth's surface. In the 20th century, of geothermal energy has been harnessed on a larger scale of space heating, industrial use, and electricity production, especially in Iceland, Japan, and New Zealand. Geothermal energy is nearly as cheap as hydropower and will thus be increasingly utilized in future. However, water from the geothermal reservoirs often contain minerals that are corrosive and polluting. The geothermal fuels are a problem which must be treated before the disposal. So this was about your geothermal energy, and in next class we'll start with the nuclear power.